Ladies and gentlemen of Raiders Nation, buckle up because if there's one thing that gets the silver and black blood pumping, it's the high-stakes drama at the most quarterback-dependent position in sports. Here's a question that's keeping me up at night. In a league where legends like Tom Brady and Patrick Mahomes turn chaos into championships, why oh why are the Las Vegas Raiders still wandering the desert of quarterback purgatory? For the third straight season, the men in black and silver are grappling with this age-old curse, and right now, it's staring us straight in the face with Geno Smith under center. Welcome to Raiders Report. I'm your host, diving deep into the highs, the lows, and everything in between that makes this team the rebellious heartbeat of the AFC West. Let's kick this off with the cold, hard truth from Allegiant Stadium, the Death Star itself, where dreams are made and sometimes shattered in the neon glow. Folks, if you caught Sunday's heartbreaker against the Indianapolis Colts, you know the pain is real. The Raiders dropped to 1-4 on the young 2025 season, and the finger is squarely pointing at the prized off-season acquisition, Geno Smith. This isn't just a rough patch, it's a full-on monsoon. Through 5 games, Smith has coughed up 9 interceptions. That's right, 9 picks that have turned potential touchdowns into turnover nightmares. The Raiders' offense, which was supposed to soar with Smith's veteran savvy after his Pro Bowl flashes in Seattle, has flatlined. Sure, Vegas has defensive lapses and special teams hiccups that could make even Al Davis roll in his grave, but let's call it like it is. The quarterback carousel is spinning out of control, and Smith is the one gripping the wheel a little too tight right now. Now, let's break it down like we're in the film room with head coach Pete Carroll, the silver-haired sage who's brought his Seahawks wisdom to the Raiders' sideline this year. After that gut-wrenching loss to the Colts, where a tipped pass turned into yet another pick-six, Carroll didn't mince words in his post-game presser. "That's your work," he said, his voice steady but laced with that fatherly frustration we all know too well. "I think it's hard. It's been tough to get those big plays in the last couple weeks that give you the easy scores. Even back to the Commanders game, we exploded a bunch of times there. But those other plays, you don't have to call them in between." Pete's not wrong. Smith's got the arm talent, the football IQ from a decade in the pros, but he's pressing, overthinking every snap like it's the final drive of Super Bowl 18. And here's the kicker, without his starting tight end, let's say it's Brock Bowers nursing a nagging hamstring, and the left tackle who's been anchoring that pocket like a Vegas showgirl in heels, gone for the season with a knee tweak, Geno's facing a protection that's leakier than the old Oakland Coliseum roof. It's like asking a tightrope walker to juggle flaming torches in a windstorm. Still, as Carroll put it so bluntly, it's hard, and he cares so much. He wants to come through for everybody. But you gotta wash out that tipped ball. That play shouldn't have happened. No excuses, just live with it, grow from it, and eliminate him next time. But hey, Raiders fans, before we hit the panic button, and trust me, I've got one right here on my desk, let's zoom out and put this in perspective. Remember, this isn't the first time the silver and black have danced with quarterback demons. Go back to the glory days, the 1970s under the legendary Al Davis, that rebel owner who coined the mantra, commitment to excellence, and lived it like a pirate code. Ken Stabler, the snake himself, slithered through defenses for 69 touchdowns over 8 seasons, leading the Raider raid to their first Lombardi trophy in '76 against the mighty Vikings. Or flash to the '80s in Los Angeles, with Marcus Allen rumbling for 5,086 yards from scrimmage in a single season, still an NFL record, and Jim Plunkett hoisting Super Bowl 15 hardware after a career resurrection that'd make Lazarus jealous. Fast forward through the lean years in Oakland, the tuck rule game that still haunts us like a bad tattoo, and the relocation to Vegas in 2020, where the Death Star rose from the desert sands like a silver spaceship. We've seen QBs like Rich Gannon light up the league in 2002, nearly dragging us to the big dance, only for the ghosts of Super Bowl 37 to linger. Statistically speaking, Smith's start is a red flag waving in a hurricane. Those 9 interceptions? That's tied for the third most through 5 games since the merger in 1970. Worse than even Jamarcus Russell's infamous rookie skid in '07, when the bust label stuck faster than gum on a goalpost. Compare it to last year's Aiden O'Connell experiment. The kid from Purdue threw just 5 picks in 11 starts, but his completion percentage hovered at a pedestrian 62%. Geno, he's at 58% right now, with a QBR that's dipping below 50. Think Derek Carr's Nadir in 2018, when the offense scored under 20 points 7 times. And don't get me started on the AFC West meat grinder. The Chiefs, with Mahomes and that infernal no-look wizardry, just torched us 31-17 2 weeks back. The Broncos, Their defense, led by that wild card Vance Joseph, has already sacked Smith 6 times. And the Chargers? Justin Herbert's licking his chops for a Thursday night revenge tour. In this division, where rivalries burn hotter than a tailgate bonfire, one bad QB stretch can bury your playoff hopes 6 feet under. To get the pulse of the locker room, I caught up with a couple of fictional stand-ins for our stars. Because who wouldn't want Davante Adams dropping truth bombs? Picture this: Adams, the all-pro wide-out with hands like velvet gloves and a chip on his shoulder the size of the strip, pulls me aside after practice. "Look, Geno's got the tools, man," he says. Towel draped over those shoulders, that VE caught 100 balls 3 times in his career. "We've been scheming these deep posts all off-season, drawing from what I did in Green Bay with Aaron. Quick releases, finding the soft spots. But when the pocket collapses like it did Sunday, it's on us linemen too. I'm scheming my routes harder, blocking downfield more. Raiders Nation deserves fireworks, not fumbles." And then there's Max Crosby, the edge rusher who's terrorizing QBs like he's channeling Howie Long from the '83 squad. "Offense struggling? That's fuel for us D linemen," Crosby growls, his beard bristling like a porcupine. "We held the Colts to 12 points rushing. Imagine if Geno connects on just 2 of those deep balls we schemed up. Pete's got us blitzing from everywhere, a gap, wide 9, you name it. 1 turnover forced turns into 7 points. Let's flip the script." Even a diehard fan, let's call him Rico from Henderson, chimes in over a Zoom call. "I've been tailgating since the LA days, saw Bo Jackson truck dudes like rental cars. It's tough, but we're Raiders. We don't rebuild, we reload. Just win, baby." Now, for the crystal ball gazing, because what good is analysis without a dash of prediction? If Smith can't stem the interception tide in the next 3, starting with that brutal Broncos showdown in Denver's thin air, we're talking 1-7 by mid-November, a draft pick lottery ticket staring us down, and whispers of a Gardner Minshew bridge or even a rookie like Shadur Sanders in the mix. But here's my hot take: Raiders faithful, Geno rebounds. He's got that Seattle grit, the kind that won him Comeback Player of the Year in 22 with 4,282 yards and 30 TDs. With Carroll dialing up more play-action bootlegs, think Madden-era schematics, misdirection galore, and Adams drawing double teams like a magnet, we see a 3-game heater, 65% completions, 8 picks forced by Crosby's crew, and a sneaky wild card push. Playoffs? Not out of the question in this wacky AFC, where the Steelers are sputtering and the Jets are jet-lagged without a real QB. The implications? A healed O-line by Thanksgiving means Geno feasts, turning Allegiant into a cauldron of chaos that echoes the Holy Roller Prayer in '78 or Woodson's pick in Super Bowl 37. And pop culture tie-in, with Ted Lasso vibes from Carroll's motivational huddles, affirmations and all, this squad's got that underdog arc primed for a Netflix docuseries. Who knows, maybe Travis Kelce guest stars, trash-talking from the Chiefs' sideline. Alright, Raiders Nation, as the great John Madden would thunder, if you can't turn him on to football, you ain't never gonna turn him on to Shakespeare. So here's your call to action. Tune in Thursday for the Broncos bloodbath. Grab your pirate flags, crank up some Raiders anthem, and let's drown out those Denver doubters. Follow Raiders Report for daily breakdowns, from Crosby's sack dances to Adams' end zone celebrations. This is more than a season, it's a rebellion. Win or lose, we're in it together. Just win, baby. I'm signing off. Stay silver and black.